Same guy, but I'm wearing a hat. How are we getting on, guys? Same guy. He made me wear it. How are we feeling, Liverpool? Good? Good, I'm feeling all right. I'm a bit fragile today. I was at a wedding yesterday, an Irish wedding, which, if you're not familiar, is more of an endurance test than a celebration. You know, but I knew I had this gig tonight, so I didn't go crazy. I didn't go mad. I had about 7 or 8 pints. You know, 3 or 4 gin and tonics. Bottle of red. And then I went to the wedding, and and here we are. No, but it is nice to be here, guys. My name's Richie. My full name is Richard Bree, or as it was often translated in the school playground, to Dick Cheese. Teachers in Belfast can be cruel. Like, the one thing I never understood was, how did Dick become a short name for Richard? You know, other names I understand. You shorten Samantha down to Sam. You know, Elizabeth down to Liz. Richard. Dick. Like, who made that leap? I tried to find out. I Googled the history of Dick. Wouldn't recommend it. Especially on the work computer, bad idea. I tried to ask around my friends. You know, I asked my housemate, Philip. He's a bit of a know-it-all, right? I was like, Philip, how do you think this short name came around? And he said, well, obviously, back in the day, it went Richard Ricky, Tricky Dick. Obviously. Like, I can do that back to him nowadays. Be like, here, Philip. Been chatting with the lads. Got a new short name for you. And he'd be like, what is it? Phil? And I go, no. Because it goes Philip, Philly, Willie, Cock. Obviously. But it is nice to be here. I'm originally from Northern Ireland. A couple of fans. And I feel I have to point that out early in a gig, you know, because often I'll have someone staring up at me, you know, trying to pinpoint my accent, you know, with their eye twitching like they're trying to fucking Shazam me. Yeah. But I am from Northern Ireland. I live in Dublin now. I escaped. A couple of Dublin fans in. I do like Dublin, but people say some strange things to you, you know, if you're from Northern Ireland, you live down south, you know. One girl was like, is it okay up there now? Is everything all right? Up in Belfast. I was like, yes, and why are you whispering? You're at Belfast, going to jump out from behind a head. You go, hope you're not talking about me down there. I'm watching you, wee man. But yeah, I live in Dublin, renting in Dublin. You know, it's expensive. They've got a bit of a rental crisis there at the minute. And, like in the news, you see all these horror stories, you know, like dodgy landlords and overcrowded apartments and all this. I've been quite lucky with my place because there's only 3 of us in my bed. It could be worse. They're a lovely couple. They're good guys. But I live in a bit of a rough part of the city, right? It's sort of recommended where I live in Dublin that I chain my bin to the wall so that nobody steals it. And then it's also recommended I do the same with the outside ones. But it's a bit of a rough area. Like, I've always been like, my house got broken into when I was a kid, right? So ever since then, I've been paranoid about someone breaking in, right? So when I'm leaving the house now, I'll put everything on. I'll put the alarm on, put the lights on, put the oven on. Just put it all on, right? My housemate, the know-it-all, cock, he says to me, what I like to do when I'm leaving the house unattended is put on a podcast up in my bedroom. So that if someone breaks in downstairs, it sounds like there's people having a conversation upstairs. And they'll leave. I was like, is that going to work, is it? Just picture two guys break into my house downstairs, creep up the stairs, get up to my bedroom door and go, we need to get out of here. Why? Joe Rogan's in there. Yeah, it sounds like he's talking to Mike Tyson. We should probably get out of here. But I was thinking, like, if someone ever did break into my house, like, I never learned any, like, self-defense or, kung fu or anything growing up, right? So I was thinking of, like, maybe, like, trying to learn some skills, a bit of jiu-jitsu or something, right? I was on the phone with my dad, and I was like, yeah, Dad, I'm maybe thinking of getting into, some jiu-jitsu or, learn some MMA. He goes, what's MMA? I said, it's mixed martial arts. And he said, who's Mick? I was like, you wouldn't know him. Just picturing some lad Mick down in Tipperary running a gym out of a garden shed. Welcome to Mixed Martial Arts. How are you getting on? Getting fucking sheep in headlocks and fucking... My parents are gas. I'm the youngest of 5 kids. Any babies in? No. All right. I'm the only one. Youngest of 5 kids. It can be, you can be overshadowed by your siblings yourself. How many are in your family?
4 boys.
Youngest of 4 boys, yeah. It's same as that. And, like, were you sort of spoiled, or were you, like, the opposite? Were you... You're the opposite? No, I can tell. I wasn't spoiled myself. I was I'll give you a bit of background. My older brother, Andrew, was a 2-time Olympic swimmer for Ireland, right? 4-time Commonwealth Games for Northern Ireland. He won a European silver medal, scholarship to college in the States, Like me. Like, I had difficulty getting out of the bath. So you can imagine growing up, we weren't exactly neck and neck on the leaderboard, And it's especially hard to impress your parents at a young age when your older brother is already an Olympian. I couldn't come home from school, 12 years old, and be like, Mom, Dad, I got top marks in my science test today. And they're just standing there like, who the fuck is this kid? Your older brother just qualified to swim for the Sydney Olympics. Now dry him off. But you should actually see, like, our family house in the north. It's like a swimming museum, right? Just photos of the Olympian brother in every room, even my room. No need for it whatsoever. It's one photo of me in the family house. 60 quid it cost me to get framed. But I could just imagine the day they're finished decorating the house, And the Olympians looking wonderful in all the rooms, you know. And my mum would turn to my dad and go, do you think we should maybe put one photo of Richard up? And my dad being like, who's that now? Be like, oh, you know Richard, the youngest one, lives in Dublin? Wears that stupid hat? My dad go, oh, I think you're talking about dick cheese. Guys, you've been wonderful to talk to. I've been Richie Bree. Enjoy the rest of your night. Please get off your house.